Are we on?
Not yet.
Testes. 1, 2, 3. That's weird.
5,
There it
4,
is. You guys are
3.
live.
2. You're nodding.
Oh, okay. Try it again.
Okay.
5, 4, 3.
Dude, did you know that this is our 100th episode?
Yeah, you told me before the show started.
You know what sucks? No, we talked about this 2 weeks ago, and I kind of forgot, and then I had to work last week because I had to go to that race Friday and
what's
Saturday.
the prize we're giving away? The big grand prize.
I totally spaced it. I 100% spaced it. I have no idea. So we're going to have to come up with something today, and then maybe we'll give it away next week since we're on here.
I might have something I can give away.
Oh, yeah?
It'll be pretty damn funny, depending on like what we talk about later with the
You know what
actually
you know what I think would be really funny is if we print off a picture of that picture I have of Jackson where he's really sad and frame it.
Yeah. That'd be a good one. I don't know. I think mine would be better.
Like send it to Peter.
Yeah.
Anyways. Hey, we just got a super chat. Nick Nuthouse dropped $10. Says thanks to Alex. Thanks to Alex. So Margie, put me down for $10.
Margie, put me down for $0.
Where are we at? Oh, hey, this is Alex Sturgeon with the Hobbytown Hobbyplex. With me as always,
Will Brinton.
And we're here for the Hobbyplex show, 100th episode. Woo! I feel like we're missing confetti and all that other crap going on.
Yeah, it's fine.
We've been doing this 100 times. What do we talk about?
It's a show about nothing. Badoop boop. So how do we know when it's over? Badoop boop, badoop pow. Like Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think we find a way.
Cue sweet bass riff.
Did you know that this show is sponsored by Pivot Lending Group?
Still?
Yeah. Probably for probably for 94, 95 episodes now with Pivot Lending. That's
a long
that is.
That's a lot of sponsoring.
That is. Mm-hmm. You can find them at pivotlendinggroup.com. Mention our show. And to Don Zoller or Aiden Olson's dad. And you can get a 0.125 interest rate reduction or $500 lender credit that you can use towards your fees and all that other good stuff. So if you're in the home loan or refinance market right now, if you can find a home, it's a pretty lean out there.
Yeah.
Get a hold of them. So
is it a buyer's market or a seller's market?
It's definitely a seller's market. Although I will say that if you sold your home and you wanted to then purchase another home, then what are you going to do? Because there's not many out there.
Yeah.
That's starting to change. I don't know if it's starting to change, but they're building homes near my house again. They stopped for a while and then now they're building them. So
is 2x4 still extremely expensive?
I can tell you because we're going to rebuild the tractor wall here in a couple weeks.
We will rebuild.
It has come down a little bit, so it's not near as nuts as it was a year and a half ago. I mean, it was bad. I mean, I thought about doing the tractor wall last year, and I was like, absolutely not, because like a 12 by 10 by 2 plank was like triple the cost of what it was the first time I went and found it. But I think it's come down. It's come down a little bit. Either way, we got to do it this year because the wall's looks like crap and it's gonna fall over. So we'll get it done.
Yeah.
There was actually kind of a lot going on this week. Did you watch any of the RCGP stuff?
No.
No? That's okay.
I saw their pretty cool like car drop thing.
Yeah.
The like holds the car and then it goes whoop, and then drops the buggy on the ground and then they go.
I like how they're doing
neat.
the gate start 5x5 instead of all in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still I saw some races where there was still pretty heavy amount of carnage going into that first corner, but at least you're not getting all 10 cars. Back in the day, dude, with RC Pro Series, you tried that, and it was 10, like all 10 of them, and then you just like Supercross, you went into a funnel, and I got annihilated every time.
Yeah,
not my favorite way to start an RC car race.
Yeah,
but I like the 5x5 thing. That's kind of neat.
It looks cool. I mean, I don't really know enough about RCGP to really talk knowledgeably about it, but I mean, I kind of dig what they're doing, but it's like, like, I don't know. I mean, is Ungaro even in it this year?
Ungaro was supposed to be, but he had a family emergency, couldn't come over, so Cole Tollard took his spot for the first round.
So that's just for the first round, not for the whole series?
I think so. Okay. We'll find out. They're pretty spaced out races, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I think it's neat, but it's like,
the track looked really fun.
Oh, yeah. But it's like just more races, you know? But
I know.
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean,
it's a different thing, though. It's not like
it is a different.
It's not like we're going to try to get everybody to go to it.
Right.
So
yeah, I suppose I kind of like it. I like it if it's thought of as its own thing, you know.
Yeah,
and it is kind of its
own
thing.
Is.
But
I don't like what they're doing with the paint. Did you see that? I watched the Rush, the RCGP Rush. It's kind of a cool format where they took the top guys for the points from the teams, and they kind of like. Remember when we used to do that fun race where you started with 12 or more, or 20 or whatever, and then the first 8 made it across, and then you restarted the next lap with those 8, and then you wound it down to 4, and then you raced 1-on-1 eventually. We did that a few times, like as a dollar race. We haven't done a dollar race in a long time, but you know,
yeah.
It reminded me of that in a way.
Yeah, I could see that,
and that's pretty neat. I thought it was all right. It was free. It was on YouTube. You didn't have to pay for that one.
Yeah,
so.
I do think it's neat that they're charging for like the pay-per-view, and then like you can watch it for free later.
Yeah.
But because I mean, all that stuff costs a lot of money to do, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it's kind of like if you spent a day at the track, like you're going to spend $100, you know, between gas and entry fees and all this stuff. You know, it's $100.
It's interesting because the way that we've done RC stuff for a long time is you rely on first the entry fees, then you rely on any sort of sponsorship dollars, and if you can't get them to give you sponsorship dollars, then you rely on sponsorship product, and then if the companies don't want you to take the product and sell it to cover costs, you know, then it affects even more. So you have to make sure that you have all this stuff in writing and be very clear about what your intentions are with either the product or the dollars that you're asking for. And you know, I'm sure they're following that model, but then you also can fill in the rest with a pay-per-view thing. I think if the program is professional enough and it's exciting, you know, I think that can be one way to do it, I guess. But then again, I hate paywalls. Anytime that I see an article I want to read and there's a paywall, I'm out. I'll Google it and I'll find some other source.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you can always just wait. You know,
I know.
Like if you're a real fan, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're watching it like you would watch Supercross or something.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah, and this year I paid for Peacock, you know, so I can watch Supercross. Because last year I missed out. I didn't get to watch a lot of it.
Yeah. I was thinking about this, you know, like guys that, you know, might feel like they're kind of an also-ran at times or things like that. It's like, dude, you watch Supercross, there's so many guys that aren't on the same lap as the top 10. I mean, it's like not everybody's running in that same front pack.
Yeah.
You know, like it's kind of like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's that way in a lot of different forms of racing, you know? What's
cool about the motorcycle racing in a way is some of the guys that are not as good on in the Supercross series are way better in motocross.
Yeah.
And vice versa. I mean, I could just think of a couple. I think Hampshire is one of them that's usually way up there in motocross, but he's he's doing better this year actually, but even in years past, it's kind of fun to watch that transition when we go to the motocross series. A lot of it flips. Some of the guys that are really good at Supercross are just kind of mediocre at motocross, and then there's guys like Tomac and,
right,
that are good at everything. Roxon, when he's healthy, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right. There's still back markers even in that, but they're there every week and they're getting paid. They're finding a way to make it.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I kind of figured some of the back markers were just really good, like local guys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I thought that those guys were kind of like privateers that were just good.
Some of them are, especially in the 250 class.
Mm-hmm.
But no, most of them are getting paid somewhere or another.
Huh, cool.
There's a few privateers that, like, I think it was I can't remember the name now, but last week there was this one dude that was from Minneapolis or no, Indianapolis. Sorry, Indianapolis was the week before that. That he was a local and he made it into the main.
Nice.
On his own. So there's some stories like that. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, no, I think that's really cool. I have a lot more respect. I have respect for those guys.
Yeah. What else was going on this week? We had the TCS race at our place.
Mm-hmm.
And I was out of town for 2 days of it, and we had 83 entries. I believe that's the most entries I think we've ever had for a TCS race that wasn't the national. And I don't even remember there being that many at the national, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So we can talk about that later, but that was kind of cool. I was out of town, but I was still, checking up on the store. And my son was texting me in the middle of the day. He's like, holy crap, it was busy, because apparently it was crazy busy on Saturday. So kind of glad I wasn't there.
Yep.
Let's see what else was going on. Is that about it? I know the RCGP race. They had the INS carpet race was going on in Vegas. And I kind of kept up on that. It was hard because I was running this race.
Yeah.
And there was a lot going on, but looks like Brock. Was it Brock?
Brock Chaplin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he won everything.
Ooh. That's pretty cool. Running the Schumachers.
Yep. It looks like first in both two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. And that's about the extent of my knowledge on that race this time. Other than that, I saw Zeke's practice runs, and that looked really good.
His stuff looked really good.
That track looked good too, way better. I think I saw a track layout. I don't know when that was, but it was a little bit more intricate than the one I saw a couple years ago. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might have been that track. Maybe it was the beach one in Florida. This year's layout for that race was really good too.
Yeah.
I think the layouts are getting better, all across the board on carpet stuff.
Sure.
I think these guys and they kind of pioneered it too at the is it 702?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that track looked really good. I was like texting Kyle Holmberg and stuff while I was there because
that's right. Didn't he TQ truck and buggy?
I think so.
Yeah.
He's doing good.
Let's look that up, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look that up. Did you read that post where we're supposed to get like a ton of snow Wednesday and Thursday?
No.
And I was like, no way. It's gonna be way too warm. This is just one of those crappy, trolling posts or whatever. And I looked and we're supposed to get rain. We're supposed to get thunderstorms tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Or Wednesday night.
That's about what it should be.
Yeah.
This time of year.
I would hope it wouldn't be snow. Although remember we had snow the first Novak race when we moved it from January to April. And it still snowed.
Yeah, I remember.
God, that was funny.
I remember.
Because that was the whole reason why we moved the race, was so that we wouldn't have to deal with any of that.
Yeah.
And then it happened again. You're like, no. And Bob was here, and Bob's like, this is stupid. I hate cold.
Yeah.
Like I moved to Southern California just so I wouldn't have to deal with this. 702. Oh, there it is right there. Let's just check our facts, shall we? So, Expert Buggy. Holmberg got 4th.
Yeah.
It was Jovi Levin. Wonder if that's a local because I don't recognize the name. Doug Lariviere. I can't remember. I can't pronounce this guy's last name.
Lavalier.
Lavalier, is that what it is?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to end up going to like a national race where I'm going to have to talk on the mic and I'm going to screw these names up. Hey, Zeke got 5th.
Yeah. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah. Kyle Klingforth got 6th. If I remember right, that specific Klingforth is a touring car national champ. And then Tyler Hooks made the main. Look at that. Go Tyler.
Nice.
Kyle got 3rd in 4-wheeler, and Zeke got 5th. Brian Bowman got 7th.
Wow.
13.5 4-wheel drive. Want to make a joke, but I'm going to hold back. Spencer Rivkin, Blake Champlin, Brandon Foote, Rob Gillespie, Ryan Rivas, Ryan Brignati. Matty G was 8th. Harley was there, got 9th. Davey Botta was 10th. And Joe Pillars was there, got 11th in mod. 2-wheel.
Interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of the same guys in 4-wheel drive too. So, all right, hold on. Funny story. So I left Friday. I was way late. So I buzzed by Lincoln at like noon because I wanted to leave at 7 in the morning, and then I had to return something for Gretchen at Kohl's at like 10 a.m. in the morning. And so then I was going to leave at 10, but then I forgot my computer, so I had to go to the Plex. So then I ended up staying, everything just turns into a bunch of time. So anyways, I was way late, but I did stop at York to get gas. And this started the whole thing. York, Nebraska had plenty of kickstarts.
Oh,
plenty.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. There were 2 for $3. So I bought them out. And then I'm like, all right, I'm just going to hang on to these, put them in my car. And then the next time I got gas, which was I found the best gas station. So it's in the first video that I made. I made 2 videos from this weekend, part 1, part 2. And the part 1, I was so worried about running out of gas because I didn't really know when the next gas station was going to be or whatever, that I stopped at this like super stereotypical, grimy, rundown gas station. And holy crap, dude. It was pretty funny gas station. They had these signs up that were like jokes, and they weren't exactly woke,
politically correct.
Yeah. And then they had a condom dispenser in the bathroom.
Nice. Did you buy one?
I didn't, but one of them was called Horny Toad Weed.
Huh. I bought one. So whenever I go to a gas station and they have they're almost like novelty condoms in the gas station.
I would not trust my wiener in any one of those condoms.
No. They're probably like used or something. But anyway, I got this one that was called like the French Tickler.
Oh,
and
God.
it had this like this thing on the end of it. I didn't like try it on or nothing, but like I tried it on and I was like, this thing doesn't fit. I want my money back. Go up to the counter all mad. But yeah, I always buy those and bring them home.
Even this grimy little
wife.
Even this little grimy gas station had kickstarts. So I bought some more there, and then I bought some more, and then I drank some more, and then I bought some more. So anyways, my long story short is that I have a bunch of kickstarts in my fridge that I'm saving for pre-work days now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Omaha is still out. But so there's been a YouTube ad going around of this Nitro Pepsi. And it's like it's vanilla draft cola, nitrogen infused cola, smaller bubbles, smoother taste. But check this out. This is what sucks. Okay. So I drink Kickstarts because A, I like them. They taste good. B, also, if you look on the like nutrition facts, like a whole can, like 2 cans of Kickstart that I usually drink in a day is still better than 1 can of 12-ounce Mountain Dew. Mm-hmm. When it comes to most of the stuff in there. But here's the nutrition facts for this guy. 230 calories. So it's 3 times the calories of a Kickstart. Total sugars, 63 grams 125% of your sugar intake for the day. And Kickstarts have 20 per can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a dessert soda.
It is. So I wanted to try it while I'm sitting here on the air and while it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Dude, I couldn't tell you the last time I had a regular pop.
Dude, if this thing sprays all over me or over this, I'm gonna feel terrible.
That'd be funny. Oh, there it goes. It's going everywhere. Geyser style. I'm just kidding.
It smells like Pepsi.
It's just regular Pepsi in a can, a different can probably. Is it everything you wanted?
It tastes like flat Pepsi.
Smoother taste.
Yeah, I guess that means
Are
flat.
Are you in flavor country?
No.
No.
It's not very good. Sorry, Pepsi. It's not very good. Try again. I'm still gonna drink it though.
Wrong again, idiots.
God, apparently, I've heard A, they don't have the cans to make Kickstart, or B, they don't have the ingredients. So if they don't have the cans, just don't make these and just go back to Kickstarts. That's all I got to say. I'm still gonna drink it, but it'd be a lot better if there was ice cream in it. Just load it up with more sugar.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't tell you the last regular soda I had. I think it was probably at Taco Bell because they have Baja Blast. And if you go to Taco Bell and you don't get Baja Blast, did you really go to Taco Bell?
Well, Taco Bell also had Kickstarts up until about 2 weeks ago. You could get Fountain. You could get Fountain Kickstart there, and it was amazing.
I went in there and told them just to get rid of it. Like, throw it all away. And they're like, "All right, sir, we can do that." And they got rid of it all.
Follow your idea.
They're like, "Wow, that's a good idea. We never sell this stuff except this one guy with this afro."
Yeah.
This white guy with an afro. It's like, yeah, he's a real asshole.
There's a dude that comes into the store with a way bigger white guy fro than me, though.
Nice.
Way
man.
bigger. So I actually talked to him the other day. I was like, I called him Fro Boy, and he kind of looked at me funny, like I insulted him. And I'm like, no, that's what people call me because of my hair. I'm like,
we're like,
he's like,
don't call me that.
I was like, we're like two bros from different moat, and he's like, no, not really. Okay.
No, I hate my hair. He's like, no, I hate this.
I think he likes his. This guy must like his hair because it's. I'm jealous. I'm actually pretty jealous about it. I'm pretty close to ponytail world. I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's an exclusive club.
I know.
I'd never join a club that would accept me as a member.
What's that from?
Groucho Marx said that.
Oh, okay. I watched a documentary on George Harrison the other night.
Oh, that's cool. The one on HBO Max.
It was on YouTube.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
That's cool.
It was an interesting watch. It was like 20 minutes long. I learned a couple things I didn't know.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, super good guy. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Sucks somebody had to go into his compound and stab him. Isn't he the one that got stabbed? God.
He got stabbed twice by some crazy guy.
God, the Beatles had just such a weird string of stuff.
Crazy people trying to kill him.
Yeah, just weird. Oh well. What was I looking up? I was going to look up something. I forgot what it was. Oh well. What are we going to give away next week?
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
I need to get tire bands anyway. So give me.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm gonna drink more of this awful Pepsi. I had high expectations for this, and it's not really good. There goes my Pepsi sponsorship, by the way. I'm still gonna have to pay for Kickstarts the whole time. I did bring a Coke with me and some ice, and I left it out in my car, just in case. I had to wake up early, guys. All you guys watching out there. I had to wake up kind of early because I got a tattoo today. I wasn't really going to talk about it, but since Will's not here at the moment, I'm going to talk about it at the moment. So it kind of hurts right now. Not really hurts, but it's like I can't like rub my leg on anything because I got it on my calf. So there's that. Peter just tested positive for effing COVID. That sucks. I saw your video. I saw the video. I'll tell Will when he comes back in here that you're in a what is that guy called?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. You're back.
So this kind of goes with
Hey, did Peter send you the link to the video that he was in?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if I want to give this away. It would be funny though, because it would lead into our thing.
Oh. It's a car of some sort.
It is a car, but I don't know if I want to give it away or not.
Well, here's the deal. I'm going to give away one of my XXX CRs.
Okay.
Double X CRs. I'm sorry, double X CRs. So I have 3 of them. I don't need 3. I would be willing to do a drawing for a double X CR.
So I don't know. I mean,
oh Jesus.
This? You remember this?
Oh my God.
Wouldn't that be funny to give this away?
Yeah, is that the one that was based kind of like the associated 4-wheel drive where the servo is really hard to get to, and or is that the improved? Is that the improved one?
This is the improved one.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the one that didn't really see the light of day.
Oh, that's right.
Like it was sold, but it didn't sell for very long. I think we sold one container of them. So
I had a poor guy because we didn't carry him, right? But I had this poor guy that bought one, I think, from Grand Island, and he brought it home to Omaha, and then busted some front end part. It might have been. Does that thing have a bulkhead?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I think
you will break this if you try to drive it.
I think he busted the front bulkhead or something like that. And of course, when I went to go get order the parts, there was nothing in there. It was gone, and I had to tell him that. And he's like, "I just bought this 3 weeks ago." I'm like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you. We didn't sell it to you." And that was when Tommy DeFries was working down there, and so I got a hold of him. And he's like, "Well, I have some parts here if you want to come get it." So I actually drove to Lincoln, got inside there. He handed me 2 parts cars. Yeah. I brought them back home to Omaha, and I just handed them to the guy and said, "Here you go. Here's some parts." Mm-hmm. So that's customer service, baby. Mm. Like we should have that guy should have given us a 5-star review on Google.
Anyway, I don't know if I want to give that thing away or not. It would be hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's up to you because it's your stuff. So,
yeah.
So I think what I'm gonna do is I got 3 double X buggies. We're gonna draw for one of those, and so we'll figure out a way to do it. How did we do it last time? I was gonna do a Patreon member one too because now we have 11 Patreon members. I was gonna do a Patreon only drawing for something.
What's the Leonardo DiCaprio face from Django?
I don't know what they call. I don't know what they call it. I know the meme. I don't know what they call.
Yeah, you know the meme.
Yeah.
Don't
they take that and make him fat?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super funny.
Yeah. It's like me giving away a Select 4 for our 100 Select 4 Select SC 4-wheel drive for our 100th episode.
You should for Patreon. We should give those super secret AKA tires you still have away. Will's like, no, absolutely. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We don't know.
Never seen them before in my life. What tires are you referring to?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Speaking of super secret,
ones that I still might have, maybe.
Yeah, the ones that you still might have, but I don't know if you actually have those or not. Yeah, of course you have them.
They'll never see the light of day.
Yeah, nobody will ever see them. Nobody will ever see them ever.
Nope, they're buried. Yeah. I got them buried in storage.
I'm trying to think if I have anything else that's super secret. I don't think I do. I had that. You remember the twin hammers?
Yes.
It was a Vitera. Vitera twin hammers. I actually had the Losi version of that when they were building it and testing it.
Oh, really? That's pretty cool.
They sent it to me when I was still on the team to test out. I was super stoked to do it, and then they're like, "Well, we don't think we're going to release it but you know, you can have it. Just don't let anybody see it. And then they came out with it as a Viterra.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah. So.
No, man, I don't know. I mean,
I got some bodies too. I got some bodies I could do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We can look at my bodies. Maybe I got some like a trophy that'd be funny to give away. I don't know. What do people want? Like what is?
Yeah, tell us in the comments. What do you guys want?
Like I got.
What would be of value to you?
Can't have that RC10.
Can't have that RC10.
Can't have that.
Can't have that one either. The rally car. That's
you can't have that. My RC18R. There's a plethora of truck bodies up here. I don't know. Maybe one of my truck bodies or some. There's a pile of buggy bodies there. Maybe we can give away a buggy body. There's not really a whole lot down here. What else do I have? That'd be kind of funny. There's just a bunch of tires. I don't know.
Oh, I have a tire signed by Spencer Rivkin from the 2016 Nats.
Oh, I have this one signed by Ryan Mayfield
that I could do.
I think this one's from the 17.
Only because I have like
no.
That's 8
17
scale.
Rownats? Yeah. 17 Rownats.
But I have only because I have more than one. I have a couple of them.
I only have this one. I got it from being a Patreon member to Ripcast.
Ripcast, yep.
I have this. I don't know. I don't think it's something nice. There's a box of bodies and trophies.
Wow. You got I did a plaque purge a couple 2 years ago. Where I ended up just getting rid of a whole bunch of plaques.
There's a bunch of plaques.
Because I had no room for them anymore.
Maybe we should give away some of my plaques.
Is that a soldering iron?
Yeah, that's what an LRP one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I use that Heiko, and so I use the Heiko.
You have like half a car in there.
No, there's a whole 8 scale down there.
Oh.
There's a bunch of engines.
Huh.
For when I was like modifying them. I don't know. We'll come up with something nice.
All right. How do we do this? Do we do like if you comment in this live stream by the end of the night, we'll do a general one. I want to do one for our Patreon guys too, just by themselves. And you don't have to enter that one because your Patreon members are already in there. So,
yeah.
Boba Fett prizes. Peter, I wish. I don't have much Boba Fett.
Ah, Peter.
I did order a new. So I ordered an Ahsoka Black Edition, and then I found another Hasbro one, the smaller, like a regular Hasbro toy, and I got that one too. It's like $15.
Hasbro sounds like a guy like saying he has. I Hasbro.
Hasbro.
I Hasbro.
Dude, there's a comic book shop here that's got Hasbro. Oh God, what do they call it? Anyways, it's a Razor Crest that's like 5 feet long, and they want $950 for it. And it's if I had like money, I might that might have been something I would be like, I totally want that.
Did you get your Navi yet?
No. It's supposed to be the end of this month now, so 3 days. Wednesday, hopefully. Man, I would be so happy if I got a phone call Wednesday. Hey, we got your red Navi here. I'd be like, oh, thank you. Because it's just now starting to get nice out, and I want to ride.
Yeah. I might buy a Honda Dax when they come out.
I think I know what that is. I'm pretty sure.
It's a fuel-injected version of the Honda Trail 70. It's a 125.
Nice. That's
what I said.
Yeah. We're probably not going to talk about results or anything this show.
Yeah.
I think we should just bullshit this one.
Ooh.
We got like 40 minutes left. We already talked about the racing around the country that went on. We let everybody know this is our 100th episode. We did the Pivot Lending Group drop.
What's the chat look like?
There's 25 people watching right now, 14 likes. There's a question or two in here that we can get to at the end. Big Gulp just posted a question, and I think I'll give him my thoughts on how to possibly save a battery like that.
Ooh.
But I'm gonna wait till the end. We usually do the comments at the end, so.
I give no advice on how to save batteries.
I know it's a liability thing, but people should know. Just don't leave them unattended. That's all I got to do.
Hey, I'm going to break in real quick, guys.
Yeah.
I have a special phone call for you guys.
Oh God.
Go for it.
How'd you get this number?
Hey, what's up? 100.
Oh, it's David Olson, the man behind Pivot Lending Group.
Yeah. Nice.
The 100th episode, huh?
Yeah, you got to get closer or something with the thing.
Yeah, one with a couple zeros behind it. You know, really moving up in the world.
100. We've hit the magic 100.
Oh, hold on. That's me. I did that.
Oh, hold on. They must have taken him off speaker.
You know.
Try now.
Okay, everybody. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, there we go. That's a lot better.
Yeah, we can hear
All right.
you now.
All right.
Good.
Hey, so congrats on your 100th episode, man. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Well,
could you hear them?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Well, and honestly, it wouldn't be 100 without Pivot Lending Group.
Goddamn right.
So,
originally, the show was only going to be once a month.
Yeah, it was going to be once a month because it was $60 a show. So,
That's yeah. It's it's really cool to see you guys hit that milestone. I still follow it even with Abe not racing as much as he used to. It's exciting and still passionate about it. And you guys you guys carry it, so it's a big kudos to you.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
No, it's Alex's show. I'm just on it.
Well.
No, Will, you're the funny guy, man. Alex,
yeah, no kidding.
You do the color commentary, and then Alex is just he's calling the play-by-play.
I like the way you think. I'll take it.
Oh yeah. So well, I'm down in Kansas City right now, so I've got to jump off here in a little bit. But
he's selling
Richard,
mortgages.
He cued me in quick, so I jumped out of the restaurant to say congrats to you guys and keep up the great work. And we've actually got some exciting things coming from Pivot, and one of the reasons why I'm down here in Kansas City. So I'll be back to kind of let everybody know where we're growing and what's new, and excited to. I think Aiden's gonna be doing some 10th or some 8th scale racing this summer. So
he's like growing up.
See some of the guys around, and it's gonna be a new adventure for us.
Sweet.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm nervous though because the whole thing intimidates me with that starter box.
Oh, yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah, get over it.
I don't know.
Just practice in your drive. Just practice in your driveway.
Just don't try to fill it up through the cooling head.
Oh my God, who was that?
No, don't say that. Don't say the name. We don't want to deal with it. Don't say the name.
I know exactly who did that.
Yeah, God. Whew, dodged the bullet there.
Yeah, and I could see how you could do that too. I know exactly.
No, he and I are cool now, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, no. We'll leave the names.
Yeah, leave the names out there, but he and I are actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, he's a great guy. Love him to death.
Yeah.
Seriously. So, any big races for you guys coming up?
Yeah, we're both going to the INS spring race in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet. When is that?
That is the week after the ProTech race, which thank you for reminding me because I got to bring up the ProTech race. That was one of the things I was going to forget to do tonight.
I built this truck for a second class for those races.
Yep.
What's the date on the ProTech race?
The ProTech race is the 22nd through the 25th of April.
Okay.
And then I'm on vacation that Monday, and Tom Smith, Emerson, me, and Will are all driving. We're driving there, and we're going to participate, and then we're going to turn around and drive home.
Oh my God, that's awesome!
Mm-hmm.
Except the truck's going to smell because it's 4 dudes.
Listen, that's just part of being a dude, bro. So I know Aiden just sent me something on Cheyenne that's coming up, like an 8 scale race in Cheyenne.
Well,
you guys going to that?
That's kind of no, because it's Memorial Day weekend and I already had plans. But basically, that race should be well attended by any of our 8-scale guys because, unfortunately, they're actually losing their track, and they normally would run their stuff in August, but because the track's going to be gone by then, they push the date up way far up. They're going to try to. I believe it's also kind of like a fundraiser, so that they can have some funds to basically relocate if they get somewhere to relocate to. So
yeah, because it's like city land, but the city wants the land.
Yeah.
So
typical stuff with city and city park tracks.
I sympathize. That's stuff I always had to deal with.
Yeah.
And you.
Let me ask you guys really quick on the 8 scale. The clutch bearings and the clutch, heart or the springs, how often do those go out?
You replace them every race.
What was that, Will?
Replace them every race. You go to a big race, you put new clutch springs, clutch shoes in that bad boy, and you put new clutch springs in before the main.
Get ready to replace a lot of shit.
Yep. Yeah, totally. Well, Aiden, we're starting to learn that quickly.
So use your Losi sponsorship to get bearings, clutch bells, clutch shoes, clutch springs.
Yeah.
Servos.
Maintenance.
So when I was really having the 8 scale and started run for TLR, I used most of my limit on just maintenance parts when I was running 8 scale because otherwise there's no way I would have been able to afford it.
Like at our winter series when I was racing gas, my 8 scale had a brand new clutch every round.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was talking to Aiden about because I know he replaced the bearings out of one. I said, I think you got the shoes and springs. It's kind of like anything. It's like a weed eater because I think it's centrifugal, right? So the more force you apply on that,
there's a sweet spot. There's a sweet spot, but a lot of times you'll see guys in warm up, they'll take the cars and their pit guy will smash it down on the pit lane, and they'll hammer the throttle, and they're trying to break in that clutch quicker because they've got a new one in there. Otherwise, it slips for a little bit and it's inconsistent. So, yep.
All right, well, guys, I gotta get back to my dinner here, but I did want to do a couple things. Alex, my bike's ready to go. I got suction cups on my car, so we can. I'm good to mountain bike when you're ready. I'll be back in town this weekend. And Will, I am so sorry to hear about your cat. That's heartbreaking.
Oh yeah, poor little guy.
Yeah, that was a bad day.
That might have been the worst day of my life. We went through that a couple times in the last year, so my heart goes out to you.
Thank you. I really.
All right, guys. I got to take off. Good luck, and thanks for the 100, man. Keep it going.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, see you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
Thanks, David.
My computer's about to die.
Whee!
I think I go through this like every time. This is why I'm not a professional. Because I always forget to plug in my computer and then it dies.
Well, we need it for. Oh yeah, we need it for the chat.
David, this is funny. Steve RC's on there. David Olson getting his RC questions in before the comment section.
Yeah, that's gonna cost them.
Okay.
We should have a call-in episode, like where people can call in.
Yeah, we've talked about that, haven't we?
Yeah,
I don't think that'd be that difficult. We just got to give the number and.
No, obviously David just called in. What the heck?
Not be overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm. The switchboard's lighting up.
There we go.
It's the most calls we've ever had.
The most calls we've ever had in 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I wanted to talk about. I'm glad that he reminded me because, the ProTech race is coming up quick. It's 4 weeks away. The track build's 3 weeks away.
I need to ask for that day off work.
And man, I looked today. There's 120 entries signed up online, and I hope that we would have more than that.
How many?
120. So,
if you're coming, sign up.
Yeah, if you're coming, sign up. Just because I have got to get the numbers. I have to get the numbers in to the place I buy the awards from in a timely manner. And if I guess, sometimes I guess wrong, and I end up with a whole bunch of plaques left over. And I had a question. I had a couple questions today, or this weekend, I should say, asking me if it was on carpet. And I'm like, nope, it's not on carpet. No. It's on dirt. No. It's definitely on dirt.
It's definitely on dirt.
Yeah. I feel like I should put that in the flyer now, though. Like, dirt.
Guaranteed to be on dirt.
Guaranteed to be on dirt. So, and then another thing that I wanted to say was that I actually am gonna. Does it say in there? Where's the no boost allowed?
How much boost can you use in 13.5 truck?
Boy, none.
What? I was told you were allowed some boost.
No. There's no age limit on Plex Spec, by the way.
Is there an age limit on how much boost you can run in
No,
truck?
there's not. No, there's not. I had a little talk to somebody about their boost in their car. And it's not who you think. They didn't know. They had no idea.
Oh, I did that before.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a Tekin speed control that I never updated, and it had like 4 degrees of boost in it for some reason. I think there was like a TCS NATS where it was automatically in there.
Oh.
The speed controller was like slow or something.
Dang.
I don't know. But I just like never updated it, and I ran that on carpet here
Yeah.
for a long time, knowing the stock programming had some boost in it.
There was a little Dynamite speed controller, brushless speed controller, that I used in stock buggy.
Yeah.
A couple times, and I had it had boost in it, and I had no idea that it had boost in it, and there was no way to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So I had a really fast stock car with a Dynamite speed controller. I thought that was so funny.
Well, I didn't realize it had it either until Tim told me about it, and I was like, "Oh, I'm never updating this thing." But I obviously don't use that speed control anymore and haven't for like 10 years.
Yeah, no.
This is like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
stuff.
my 13.5 car's got a just stock in it, so.
Well, longer than 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It would have been like the Novak GTB or whatever days.
Oh.
Long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna post this on Facebook as well, but I also wanted to bring up tonight, before I forget, that this Saturday we are going to have a not so super secret practice session after we're done racing. So this Saturday, the doors open at 10 a.m. We start racing at 1:30. Whatever time we get over with, the track will then be open till midnight. So if you want to get caught up on some setup stuff, just want some more track time on a track that'll more than likely have a pretty good groove in it, this is your Saturday.
Separates the men from the boys.
I'm not
practicing after the races.
I'm not going to do it the following Saturday, and I'm definitely not going to do it the following Saturday after that because I'll be pulling pipe, getting ready for the big track build. So
yeah.
So this Saturday, what would that be? Is that April 3rd?
Something like that.
2nd? April 2nd?
Mm-hmm.
April 2nd. So the track will close at midnight. So there you go. And I'm calling it the not so super secret practice session. So
yeah, we both know. You and I know why you're calling it that too.
So hopefully I want to work on my stuff. That's like the only reason I came up with that is because I personally want to work on my stuff and I never have motivation to do so. So
yeah, I'll be there running.
There may be food.
Is it secret food?
There might be secret food.
No, don't tell anybody.
Yeah. There might even be secret drinks. I don't know. Yeah.
You can't have a secret drink.
There might be secret drinks. That's all I'm saying. So
I'll be there.
Okay.
I'll have a secret drink.
And for that matter, the track is open Sunday because the TCS race officially put a cap on the winter season.
Oh.
So so now Sundays, and that's going to bring me dude, that is going to bring me to my next thing. But first, we have got a $5 super chat from Peter.
Oh, Peter. Wait, do we have to take a pivot break, or did David calling in count for that?
Yeah, what do you think? Let's ask our producer.
I think that counts.
It counts.
I think it counts.
It counts. We're good. It's somebody else's fault if somebody's mad. So.
Yeah. He won't do that. He won't care.
No, he ain't. Nobody cares.
He's pretty
we didn't
chill.
take a pivot break. We didn't take a pivot break. See, nobody cares.
He's pretty
Like
chill,
Jurassic,
bruh.
like Jurassic Park.
Bruh, he's pretty chill.
You don't remember that from Jurassic Park?
Say that again.
When that guy Newman
Oh,
or whatever.
Newman.
Yeah, he's like, we didn't take a pivot. Look, he's here. See, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Anyway, go ahead.
Sorry. $5 super chat from Peter. Do most racers use HV batteries?
I think that's all you can buy.
I think that's
now.
all you can buy nowadays. I don't think you can even find any 7.4 or 2s.
Yeah,
and
it's the new trend.
What's involved with switching to them?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just run them.
them.
You charge them up to 8.4 anyway. Like it's fine. You can just charge them up higher if you wanted to.
So there's usually
on an LAHV setting. Like don't bury that thing. But
so there's usually some confusion. See, it's weird. I actually just got a question on our Hobbyplex page today about legal batteries, and they wanted to know if HV batteries were legal, and I'm like, well, of course they are. But I said, but at our bigger races, when I can have tech, if I have a tech person, we'll put a voltage limit on it, so you'll just have to make sure that you don't exceed that volt limit. And I think
are we gonna have tech for the Pro Tech race?
Yes. Sorry. And I'm gonna raise the volt limit to 844 instead of 840.
And then can you burn it off?
If you're over, yeah, you can burn it off. We're not roar. We're not gonna disqualify you.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
so that clears that up for everybody.
Yeah, but
that would have
Jimmy Babcock in his series, he raised it up to 844, and I'm just gonna follow what he does. So there you go. So pretty much all batteries are high voltage batteries now.
Yeah.
So
no big deal. Nobody cares. Like, it's not a big
and basically, if you don't charge them up, if you only charge them to 8.4, you just won't get that little bit of runtime. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So, which you do kind of have to watch. Like I was thinking about this. So my 3600 LiPo that I had in my 4-wheel drive when I went to the Masters of Dirt race, and I dumped on the last minute and a half. I started thinking about that, and it's like I was only charging them up to 8.4, and I think their volt limit was actually quite a bit higher. Yeah. So stupid me. If I would have maybe if I would have charged it up to what they were allowing us to do, I might not have dumped.
My 4-wheel for the 8-minute main. I mean, it's a mod main,
Yeah.
But for my 4-wheel and mod, like I'd charge that up to the highest high voltage setting you could, just because I was running the 4100 battery. So. Oh yeah, that soda. Would you quit drinking that thing? I'm gonna take it away from you.
I mean, it's here.
It's like reach through the screen.
That'd be cool.
Oh,
that'd be a cool setup. You like you have one that's open there, and that you just leave by your thing, and then I hand you one, and then you grab it. It'd be like Rise of Skywalker.
That'd be cool.
When Ben gets his thing, and then he does that.
Old Ben?
No, not the young Ben. You don't know your Star Wars. It's okay.
Old Ben. I always thought that's so stupid. In like the original Star Wars, you used to know this guy named Old Ben. You know him? It's like Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I think his last name is Kenobi. There's a meme out there that's like, we think we found Obi-Wan Kenobi, but we're not sure. And then it's like, oh, there's this guy named Ben Kenobi. That can't be him. Screw it. Let's not go. Old Ben Kenobi. It was like, whatever. Think about it, though. That's a really crappy way to hide. Like, you kept your same last name. How many Kenobis can there be in the whole galaxy?
Yeah, at least 2.
Right. Exactly. I actually just got new batteries for my cars. So I got my 4-wheel drive down from 1780 to 1740. Wow. Which isn't saying a whole lot. But I have a whole bunch of parts that should be here Wednesday. I got titanium turnbuckles, carbon fiber shock towers, titanium shock mounts, and I got to open up and see if the plastic gears are in my Techno car. Because if they're not, then I'm going to put the plastic gears in there. I need to get my car lighter.
It's
a tank
on my truck. Well, I took a diff and modified it and kind of copied the mod diff. Like they have one with a whole bunch of holes and grooves in it, and I just kind of did that at work or whatever.
Yeah.
And because it's hardened material, so I used like a hardened end mill or like an end mill to cut hard material to lighten it.
Right.
And then, I mean, it's not something I'm really interested in doing for anybody. I just didn't want to pay for it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like I can do it. Like I can just go do it. But then I have a titanium screw kit, titanium turnbuckles, titanium ball studs. That's about it. I have the factory team titanium top shaft. I have the lightened motor mount. That's all the lightness I have on this thing. I'm running a shorty servo, but I have a big transponder. My transponder is like an OG.
Oh,
it's
like
one
ones?
of the. Yeah, I bought it from Chad Yost,
Yeah.
so it's one of the first ones sold in Lincoln, probably.
I just bought one of those black ones with the short wire recently.
I have
I
like
just bit the
4.
bullet and did it.
I have like 4.
Yeah.
Like they don't work.
Oh.
Like, is there a place you can send those?
Well, supposedly you can turn them into Live RC and you'll get
like store credit?
Yeah, some
something?
credit back on them. So,
Should probably do that because
yeah.
I have a bunch of them. I thought you could send them and have them fixed.
I sent one off to well, I'm not going to say who it was, but I sent one off to California to have the wire shortened and have the thing retaped and everything. And he took my $30 from PayPal and never saw my transponder ever again.
Really?
Yeah. So kind of bummed out about that. Was a couple of years ago too, but still kind of sucks.
That's the first time I ever heard that story.
It was one of the cool numbers that, because you know how I have some cool numbers because I get first crack at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of my cool numbers ones too.
So like, can you still have transponders cloned?
No.
That was the thing you could do back in the day. That was the thing
with MRT, and then AMB changed their firmware and got rid of all that. So, all right, I want to do something fun. I'm going to do a couple fun things real quick.
Why?
Because this has been on my mind, and I wanted to address it, but I this is the appropriate place to address it because we're going to address it in a way that is appropriate.
Yeah.
So so I had
I know what it is.
I had a whole thing written down while I was on the crapper Sunday morning. Then I was about to hit send, and I'm like, nah, never mind, because then I don't want to have to like defend it and even more like that. And it's not even that serious. But here's we got a 1-star review. Okay. Now, some 1-star reviews that we've had in the past, I can read them and I can tell you exactly who it was that was involved in whatever caused this person to do a 1-star review. And a lot of times,
who hurt you?
A lot of times I can sympathize with the customer to an extent, and so I get it. And you're full free to do whatever sort of review you want to do. I get it. I don't like seeing them because that means I'm like, well, crap, then what did we do? And I usually go around and I try to get the story of what happened from our side. Do you remember this? Do you remember when this happened? And
so you can improve on it.
So I can improve on it, okay? Because, I got to tell you that, like, I'm not the owner, but I'm pretty darn close. I have a lot invested in our store, so it does bother me when I see this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So the first one, we actually got 2. We got a 2-star review. This guy gave us a 2-star review. I'm not going to say the name, but they put expensive, !
Compared to what?
Yeah, compared to what? Like, I love reading those because there's a Yelp review that we have that's like, I can buy the same thing for 3 times the price or 3 times less the price on blah, 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 online. And I'm like, no, you can't. You big liar, pants on fire. I wanted to respond to that one and be like, show me exactly what you're talking about. And if you can prove it to me, I will do you sexual favors. But I didn't do that because then what if he did find something that was
I'll do it even if you can't prove it.
Yeah. Anyways, so this one struck me because I was expensive. I'm like, I mean, I guess if you're going in there thinking that an RC car is going to be $40,
Tyco.
Yeah. Okay, but here's one. This
Back
is the
up, turn, reverse.
This is the newest one that I read that came up Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it starts. You can only use the dirt track when they say you can.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I guess it depends on how they feel that day.
Yeah, it usually does.
Yeah. Spend a lot of money here and feel you need to belong to the old man's club to use their tracks.
What?
I can guarantee you that's not how it is. And I can see how somebody could think that if they showed up on a weekend like this weekend where we're having a big on-road race and the dirt track is closed and they feel, wait a minute, how come I can't go out on the dirt track? And you try to explain to them why, they may not understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that part of it. But we have a schedule that is clearly posted on our Facebook page.
Is this somebody that I know?
No, it's not. This is a random person. I tried to find this person on Facebook, didn't recognize her. It's a she. So I don't know. The part that's like, but the part that's funny though is you can only use the track when you say you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When's our next old man's club meeting,
like,
by the way?
But no, hold on. She's right. You can only use the track when we say you can.
Yeah.
It's our place. We pay the bills. We have the keys to the door. So in that regard, you're kind of right. The rest of it, nah. So I feel bad that this person feels that way, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, our next old man club meeting is next Tuesday, by the way. So
yeah, no, actually Saturday. Saturday's gonna be our next
Saturday.
The super secret practice session.
Old man club practice.
We're gonna call it the old man practice session. I should make
secret
flyers.
Old man club.
I should make flyers.
We should call it the Stonecutters practice session.
Yeah.
Shh, it's a secret. But that's a Simpsons reference, by the way.
No, see, I didn't know that.
Stonecutters, yeah.
What is that?
The Stonecutters? It's a secret society that Homer joined.
Oh.
And I'll send you a link.
Okay.
I'm sure Richard knows what I'm talking about. Richard,
he
you know what
probably
I'm
does.
talking about?
I'm sure he does.
Yeah. God, I hope so. That'd be so
I
sweet,
do.
Richard.
Yeah, see, he does.
Yeah. We do.
Dude, here's the thing. I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons, dude.
Yeah. Who gets to practice when they want? We do.
See?
We do.
And then by the time I was free to watch The Simpsons, South Park came on. I didn't really watch.
Yeah.
My mom was adamantly like she had a hatred for The Simpsons. So much so that when I went to the Walgreens down the street and I bought a Simpsons poster and I put it on my wall downstairs, like she eventually tore it down.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was it like a Do the Bartman poster?
Yes, it was. It was a Bartman poster.
That's funny.
Have I ever told you about my we're almost done here, I think. Aren't we almost done?
I don't know. We still have to do questions.
Oh, we do. Okay, hold on. I got to tell a story. Have I ever told you about my when I was growing up that I was scared of paintings and inanimate objects in my house?
Not today.
It's true. I was. And so when I got that poster, it added to the whole thing. I thought that all these items in my house that had eyes would like watch me. And I used to think that like this zebra that we had that was in the living room I could catch it breathing every once in a while. This scared the crap out of me. It really did. And my dad was a cop. He used to have this this pig, little penny. It was a piggy bank dressed as a cop. So it was a pig. It was a pig cop. That thing scared the crap out of me every single time so much so that I wouldn't go into my parents' room because my dad sat it there. Now that I think about it, maybe he put it there on purpose so that I wouldn't go into their room.
I would.
Yeah, but so I used to think that there was this cabal of inanimate objects in my house that were like conspiring to watch me the whole time. And when I got the Simpsons poster, I was actually kind of glad that my mom tore it up because I didn't have to look at its eyes anymore.
Yeah.
That's pretty dark,
It's
isn't it? That turned into a little kind of a dark thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sorry. Terrible. Anyways,
Richard's going to be like, and now a moment for uncovered hidden memories.
Okay. Anyways, Margie just chimed in. She says, "Mom hated The Simpsons, yet her daughter was named Marge." And my sister's actually dressed up as Marge too.
Really?
Yeah, she's got
Was she like,
she's got a big.
hello, me?
I wonder if she still has a big blue wig somewhere.
Yeah. You know why Marge's hair was
Still got
blue?
it.
You still got it?
Yeah. That's one of our best cosplays.
Best cosplays?
Yeah.
Do you know why Marge's hair is blue?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever seen the movie A Clockwork Orange?
Parts of it.
And Alex's mom has blue hair.
Oh,
Mhm.
really?
There's a lot of A Clockwork Orange references in The Simpsons.
Interesting. I did not know that. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to go on YouTube and do one
Deep dive
into the Clockwork Orange again.
Yeah.
Never seen the whole thing straight through, but I've seen bits of it here and
You
there.
should watch it
I
all the way through.
I know. I got another friend who would
It's one of my all-time
yell at
favorite
me if I didn't see it.
scary movies.
By the way, Richard gave us a $1 super chat, a
Really?
a penny for every show.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
All right. You want to get to the comments?
Yeah.
Or do you want to talk? You want to do that top 5 thing I was talking about?
Oh yeah, we should totally do that top thing.
We haven't
Top
done
5
that.
thing you were talking
We haven't
about.
did that.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. All right. I was thinking about one of my favorite episodes that we've done in this 100. I think is episode 14 or 15, and it was during COVID when we literally did not have much to talk about. And Ben Ellis is back racing again. I don't know if you saw that. And he brought up the memory of on one of his Facebook posts about the Leisure Hours fight. And then I linked to that show that we talked about that because that's like one of that's one of our funniest shows, like from start to finish. By far, that's one of our funniest shows. And in that show, we talked about certain crappy cars that we knew of that were out there. And I wanted to ask you while we're sitting here, and since I kind of wanted to skip. Holy crap! Did we just get a? We did. Oh shit, Richard! I'm cussing a lot in this show. Richard,
damn it!
Richard just gave us a $50 super chat. What the heck?
Richard did? Richard
Yeah.
sitting here did? Ah, Richard.
Margie, put Will down for $25.
Cha-ching.
Anyways, top 5.
Oh,
Top
wait
5.
a minute.
Hold on.
Was this like? So is the whole time this a Wayne's World reference when we do the cha-ching? When
Cha-ching.
Wayne has the money, he's like, "Do you accept cash?" Cha-ching. Was that this? Was that the whole time?
I don't know. Maybe.
Richard, was it?
That was not the inspiration, but I'm pissed now that I didn't think of that.
Oh yeah,
That's
true.
a pretty good one.
That is a pretty good one.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Anyways, top 5 least favorite RC cars of all time. Let's start with the negative, and then we'll go to the positive.
Okay. Well, you go first.
Okay. Well, I'll say one, and then you say one.
Okay.
All right. Academy made this 4-wheel drive buggy that I can't remember the name of now, but it was probably one of the worst 4-wheel drives that I've ever had because it just broke gears all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember the name. I should look it up while you're saying yours.
Mine. I'm gonna do this from fifth first. Fifth being the worst, or fifth being the least worst, and number 1 being the worst.
Okay.
So my number 5 is this Robotronics 14 scale car that was released.
I know what you're talking about. Nice.
That's an obscure one.
Yeah,
You're
it
gonna have
is.
to look it up.
Yeah.
Back when Robotronics made cars, they might still make cars. They made the Scalpel. That thing was pretty cool.
The Scalpel was pretty neat. It was a tiny
or an eight-
little 12 scale, right?
Yeah, it was an 18 scale, 12 scale.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was mine.
Academy SB, I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
It was a 4-wheel drive car. I bought it from Lincoln, and they didn't have parts for it, of course. And then the first race I went to, the first time I went down the straightaway with and I think it only had like a 10 turn in it. This is a brush motor, and both front and rear gears went. So I spent all this money on this car, never even got to drive it because then I didn't have parts for it. And the one dude who did have parts for it, by the way, I'm not going to say his name, did not give me the diff parts because he was like, well, what if I need them? And I was like, I don't know, your car's working, mine's not. And he's like, yeah, I can't give them to you. I can't sell them to you. So I was out. I couldn't do it. So I actually sold the car that day for like super duper cheap, and I never forgot who didn't give me those gears.
I wouldn't either.
And it's not like I hold a grudge, but sometimes I do to this day.
No, it sucks. It's like the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay, another one of mine. Let's stay in the 4-wheel drive category. Sorry, Losi, but the 22 Ford 2.0, not my favorite car in the whole planet, because the chassis would tweak and then it would drive funny, and it was a struggle. You could like take that car and you could like set it on a table, turn it upside down, set it on a table, and it would wobble, and then you could take your hands, you could like twist it back, and it'd be fine. And then as soon as you wrecked or hit something, it would tweak again.
Yeah.
So it's not. I'm not doing mine in order. I'm just doing them as they pop in my head. So.
Okay.
I don't expect any Team Losi sponsorships anytime soon. I'm just saying.
My number 4, I just thought of it. What was that car? Don't tell me. Oh man, I had it and lost it. I should have wrote it down. Give me a second here.
I'm giving you a second. That Richard Super Chat just guaranteed me that we're going to get paid next month. Because we were dangerously close to not being at the payment threshold.
God, why do we always do this on the show?
I don't know why. You want me to throw another one out there?
We've
talked about it before. We've talked about this one before. The Sportworks Chaos.
That was going to be one of mine.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Did I steal it from you?
Fine.
See, we didn't even collaborate here on what we were doing.
Yeah. Oh, now I remember what my number 4 was. Okay. And the reason is because of how poorly it was managed. So my number 4 car is the Kyosho D-Nano. Remember those? The 43rd scale cars that were supposed to be a Hobbytown exclusive in the United States. That
yes,
you could go to any Hobbytown and race them.
And they were cool.
It was awesome. It was totally great. I was so invested.
I raced Joel Johnson at the convention with one of those.
It
was like one of the highlights of my life. I was like, oh my God, I'm standing next to Joel Johnson. I'm racing a little RC car with him.
I brought my own cars to convention and raced my own cars against Joel Johnson.
Oh man. Oh,
like I was invested.
Yeah.
Like I wanted that to work so badly. That is why that's my number 4. Cool, great concept. Everything was so cool. And then it just gone.
Yeah. That's kind of
so.
It is
anyway,
sad.
yeah. The Kyosho D-Nano. That's my number 4 all-time least favorite RC car because of how excited I got about it. And it was just nothing. It was supposed to have been this really cool thing. But anyway.
Helion Dominus.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I mean, that was the worst Christmas I've ever had at the store. Was that year when those came out, and we sold a bunch of them, and within a span of about 10 minutes, like 6 people walked in, all with basically dead sticked cars. And I could handle one guy. And be like, well, all right, let's figure out what's going on. But then the next guy comes with the same problem. You're like, okay. And then the next guy comes in, and then there's like a whole thing of people waiting for you to tell them, yeah, that guy had that problem too.
Yeah.
We don't know why this doesn't work. Here, why don't I just take that back and you can buy a Slash?
Yeah, pretty much. Like the thing that sucked about that is like Jamie and I worked so hard on on those projects, and Jamie especially, he was so invested. Had so much time invested in those, and it was out of our control. Like the stuff that was going wrong.
It's just quality control, really.
And Jamie did he literally turned off and on like all the cars before they left.
Really?
Like every single car that we did QC on, like we opened every box, put batteries in the radio, and turned each car on, steered them, and made sure the throttle worked, and then put everything back in the box.
Yeah.
That was every car. So like when you said you got them and they didn't work, unreal. Couldn't believe it because every car got gone through.
Yep. Yeah, I was inspired by Jamie's energy when we met him at the convention. You know, when he was working for Fireland. So it was inspiring. It was nice because he was definitely invested in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I see.
No, he believed in it.
Yeah. And they got better. Like by the end of that, you know, say what you want, like the Conquest line, those were decent cars. They were cheap. They broke the same parts Traxxas cars broke and they were actually pretty fast.
Yeah, it's like if we came out swinging with something like that, we would have been in way better shape. But
anyway, what else you got?
For my number 3, the Duratrax Vendetta cars. Having to work on those at the store, and people would buy them and try to race them at 18 scale racing night, and they weren't really designed for that because they were just like they're kind of a cheap copy of an HPI Micro.
Yeah,
but
Logan,
they just didn't.
Logan has one of those. He actually has a couple of them. He's brought them to the mini night a few times.
Yeah, yep. The Duratrax Vendetta. That's my number 3.
What was the name of that? What was the name of that Trinity monster truck?
Itsy Bitsy Spider.
It was at the Itsy Bitsy Spider. I thought they had a gas monster truck for a little while.
Did they? They might have because Trinity used to get in cars and sell out the container. You never see them again.
Yeah, they had the Trinity had a monster truck.
Yeah,
because I think we've talked about the Itsy Bitsy Spider before, and I remember us getting in like 1 or 2 of the Trinity monster truck, and it was a nightmare.
Yeah,
I remember that. That was way back, like 2000, right when I started working there. I think 2004 or 5.
Because they had all those, like Trinity aluminum option parts for like the T-Max and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how they kind of got into like having a container of cars that they just got from China or something and sold them.
Yeah,
just to create cash flow. I mean, that's the only reason why you'd ever do that. But yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. I never dealt with that.
And mine are not in order. I'm just thinking of them on the top of my head about which cars I've hated in the past to work on or to even sell to customers because I'm like, oof, I don't know if this one's gonna make it or not.
Mm-hmm. So I'm on number 2 now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do these ones. There's another one that might be my like 2.5 or my 1.5, but both of them are kind of the same. I'm gonna for number 2, at least I'm gonna go with the Duratrax Nitro Evader.
Honestly, you could choose any one of those Duratrax Nitro cars, and it would probably be okay with wherever you have it in your list in the top. You know, whatever.
Yeah, and you know what my number 1 is.
So I think I know what your number 1 is. Now that you haven't said it yet. But yeah, you know what? Spur gears. Nitro Evader is terrible with spur gears. I won one. Guess what I broke? Spur gear.
Yeah.
Must be something. Must be something about that. I will say that the Evader was a step up from those 4-wheel drive ones they had, like the Thunderquake and the Axis. Mm-hmm. Remember those?
Yeah, vaguely.
And they were just kind of generic 8 scales. I mean, you could do the same.
Nitro car number 3.
Right. Yeah. You could kind of do the same thing with a whole bunch of OFNA cars.
Yeah, or Hobao or whatever.
Yeah. Like the Ultra LX and oh God, what are the name of those? Oh, dude, I got one. I got a 1.5. Mm-hmm. Didn't you already said the Robotronics 14 scale one?
Yeah.
What about that Robotronics 8 scale buggy they had with the plastic shock towers?
I didn't know they had it.
Yeah, we used to sell the crap out of them, but they were because they were cheap, super duper cheap, but they were not very good cars. Mm-hmm. The engines ran good though. It was weird. The engines were good, but the car itself not so good.
Yeah.
And guys would buy them and then try to like turn them into race cars, and you're just like, why didn't you just buy a Mugen? You're spending all this money. on these aftermarket parts. These people would order from like China or Japan, and they could have just bought a Kyosho or something.
Yeah.
Oh man, what was the name of that? I got to look the name up while I'm listening to you.
Okay, so I have a 1.5 because we're still not at number 1.
Yeah.
My 1.5 is the Kyosho Nitro Inferno GT2 because that thing would just explode the second gear out of that thing.
Yeah.
And then the engine would only last half a gallon. Because I put the most time on mine before everybody else did, and I blew in it. The bearings just exploded in that thing, and in the engine that came with it. And everybody's like, "Oh, you ran it too lean, blah blah. Oh, you don't know what you're doing, and blah blah, all this stuff." And then it's like the next week, everybody else's stock engine went. It was the same thing. The bearing race came flying out of the front of the motor and just chewed up inside everything inside the engine.
Protos. Robotronics Protos.
Oh, really?
I thought it started with a P.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah, the Inferno GT2. That was that's
a tough one because that's a popular car too.
But
it's one of those that you got to upgrade a lot.
Yeah. Well, you had to get the Ipanema gears and some other stuff for it.
Yeah.
So I'm in the engine being just garbage is what really turned me off to that whole thing. So like the whole idea with us running those GT cars in the Heart of America series and everything that we used to do was that you had to run a ready to run engine, cheap engine.
Yes.
And so it's like the whole idea was that you could run this engine. Now it won't work. Now what can I buy?
Right.
Well, you can only buy an axial engine.
That's what I was just about to say. So the buggy that I was just talking about, now I remember why it sold so well. Because it came with an axial 28 engine.
Oh, really?
Yes. So the engine and axial engines actually worked pretty darn good. They were basically the same engine as the HPI K. Was it 25? They were the K series. It was a K series engine.
Yeah,
basically.
I remember that. They had a star on them.
They could use the same. Basically, if we didn't have a HPI pull start, they could grab an axial one. It would bolt right on. And that's pretty rare with engines. They're always off, something. But I remember that now. I think the Robotronics car came with an axial engine, so the engine was reliable, but the car would just break all the time.
Yeah, we'd have races at the Lincoln track that was who's gonna break their transmission. It was that was the race.
Nice.
That or whose stock motor is gonna blow up.
Yeah.
But so there's that, and then probably my 1.25. What was it? I had one to slide in there. I don't remember which one.
Actually, I forgot the last one I was going to say, so I gotta think about it again. Anyways, it's terrible.
Least favorite RC car to work on.
Oh, I know mine. Mine's going to be kind of maybe it's controversial. I don't know. Probably won't get me any sponsorships anytime soon either.
Oh, I know which one your one's going to be. But yeah. And these are all ready to run cars. It's not these aren't their race cars. You know, who knows? Maybe the Inferno GT was never designed to be raced.
The 22.4 is not the 22.4 wasn't. The first 22.4 is great. I just didn't like the second version.
Yeah.
The tweaking just got me. I just hated it. Maybe it was just my car. I don't know.
I'll just go with my number one.
Okay.
My number one all-time least favorite RC car is because I worked on a ton of them at the hobby shop was the Traxxas Nitro Warhead, and it was their big. I think it was a 6-scale monster truck.
Yeah, it was to compete with the HPI Savage and the T-Maxes and stuff at the time.
Yeah, and actually the Savage, I'd put that in there too because that thing was a pain in the butt to work on because you had to take it completely apart to get the broken transmission out of it.
Yeah,
for a customer, because literally both halves had half of the truck had to come off.
There was just a time there for a while when Monster Truck really blew up that everybody was making a monster truck. They were trying to get in the monster truck market so they could sell a gas monster truck. But some of the designs were just not good to work on. I think that's one of the differences about what we're seeing now, with this new Sledge coming out, is it follows the same sort of easy to work on design that Traxxas has been making, and Arma has kind of followed suit. That if you do break something, Now you can actually, it's a lot easier to fix. When you used to break Revos, the original Revo, holy crap, dude.
That thing was
like,
a pain in the butt.
You had
to
take
work
apart the
on, too.
whole truck just to fix one little thing, if it was in the transmission or if it was
everything
the front
was
diff.
bolted to something else.
Yes.
And it's just like you had to work your way in.
It was awful. And the HPI was that way. You had to take the whole twin plate off, and the warhead was pretty bad. The warhead, like you said in one episode a while back, you said that the spur gears came broken. Like they were pre-broke.
Pre-stripped spur gear to save you the problem of stripping them. But you'd have a guy that started it, would strip the gear right out of it.
Yep.
I don't know if it was like a finish issue on the clutch bell, and that clutch bell, like the gears, like weren't EDM'd correctly, and they would just chew up gears or what. But that thing was terrible for that. And then you put a new one in it, just strip it right away.
Yeah.
I remember trying to tune one and putting 3 gears in that thing. But see, here's the thing. It's like if somebody's listening to this and you're like, man, that Duratrax Nitro Warhead was my favorite car. How is he having problems with it? Every single RC car that we've ever worked on is all we saw at the hobby shop were the problems.
Were the bad ones.
So if you think about it that way,
yeah.
like our bitches here about like all the dead cars that we had to work on and stuff, is because we always had to work on the bad ones on a Saturday at the hobby shop.
That's the worst. Like this Saturday, even Sunday, yesterday, we were so busy. And, we sort of have a trained set of customers now where if they come in on a weekend and they want us to fix something, they're okay with us just taking it in because they can see how busy we are. But when we weren't doing that, I mean, it was a struggle to get stuff fixed, especially if stuff is super hard to work on. If these cars are not designed to be able to be worked on easily, you're just you just want to stab yourself in the face with a fork.
And a lot of that is kind of how the hobby industry has evolved, like with ready-to-runs and everything. Yeah. So you had guys designing cars that did nothing but build kits, right? They didn't understand, like, people don't want to work on stuff anymore. So we'd have to take the brunt of it, the stuff you had to work on. So it's like you'd end up with like a car that, like, you're expected to work on it, but the society now is nothing but instant gratification, and they buy something, they expect it to live forever and not break. It's like this is a little different. You got to put work into it and try, and people don't want to do. The average customer doesn't want to do that. So
along those lines, one of my least favorite cars, and this, again, mine are not in order, yours are in order, mine's not. It's just I'm just flowing through it. The original Team Associated Pro 4. If you broke a servo, good luck. You had to take apart the entire front end on that thing.
I remember hearing about how it actually drove really well.
They did. They drove pretty good, but if you broke mainly the servo, and that's the thing, if they're ready to run, they're ready to run. So they did make a factory team kit of that, didn't they?
They did, yeah. I never had one.
But the ready to run version, I remember us selling, and then when inevitably somebody breaks a servo, and you're like, you might as well just leave this here with us. Trying to explain to a layman how to take apart their entire front end of their truck just to get to the servo, and then you had to center it that way before you could put it all back together.
And also, remember, this is before the time of having an electric screwdriver in your arsenal.
Yeah, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, I love Team Associated. I love Team Losi, but every once in a while. So it's not that I'm not bagging on them. I'm just telling it like it is.
Well, and you have to remember, these are the cars you brought up. There's a reason why they might not make them anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Now the new Pro 4 truck that they have is fantastic. Everything's laid out really nice. Everything's really easy to work on. I love selling them at the store because I know they're going to work. It's the same thing with what I'm going to bring up. Just to keep it short, top 3 favorite cars.
Ooh, race cars or raid runs?
Whatever you want.
Probably my third favorite RC car of all time, and it's because I probably put 100,000 miles on that thing, is when I first started racing, it was the X-Ray M18.
Mm,
That was my favorite.
those were
car.
sweet.
And I still have mine. Mine has all the super swizzy, like really cool option part, like the aluminum universals and stuff for it. Like mine is tricked out. Like it is, and I have like the Penguin RC. Some of you don't even know who Penguin RC is.
Nope.
I had the Penguin RC chassis for it.
Oh man.
Yeah, and that thing was really cool. And the reason why I say that car is just because I spent so much time with it, and that was my first one of my first race cars. You know, like it's just a complete kit. So
I should have said more than 3 because I'm going through my list in my head and I'm like, oh man, I want to mention this one, but I'm like, I'm down to 3. All right, one of my first all-time favorite cars, the Kyosho Mini Inferno.
Yeah,
the
cool.
electric one, not the little nitro one that they try to make.
Yeah, the electric one had a nitro head on it.
It had a nitro head on it. It looked really cool. And Chuck Hutchins, rest in peace. Him and Tony Price had one, and they let me drive it at this little baby track, a dirt track in Fort Dodge, and I wanted to buy it because it was so amazing. It handled so good. And then I took it, and then I was like, nah. I changed my mind, and I gave it back to him. But I wanted it, but I didn't have the money at the time. Okay, that's what it was. So,
yeah.
But those were freaking cool. So that's one of my all-time favorites.
Probably my number 2 favorite RC car of all time. B4.
Oh yeah, yep.
It's mine,
dude. 10 years. That car lasted 10 years with hardly any changes until the very, very end. Then the changes came hot and heavy. They had a 0.1, 0.2 really quick.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I grew up racing that car out of the Lincoln track on dirt. Mm-hmm. That's how that's what the car the off-road buggy I started
Logan Prismanis just sold me his.
Yeah, I have it still. It's a race spec version of the B4.
Right.
It was like the ready to run one that came with that what was it, I can't remember what reactor, can't remember the name of that Reedy motor that it came with, but it was pretty cool. I like that one. It came with an LRP runner speed control. It's like auto programming.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna verge back into the race scene a little bit and try to make up for my diss of one of my least favorite 4-wheel drive cars, but the 22X4, by far the best 4-wheel drive I've ever driven. Mm-hmm. And out of the box, you didn't have to make any changes. The setup was perfect for our track. The setup was perfect right out of the box. Mm-hmm. I raced that was it 2 years ago now? I raced that a few times in club racing. I made the summer series when Ryan Harris came up, and then I took it to Masters of Dirt, and I didn't have to change a thing. That car's amazing.
Yeah.
So I always feel good when people buy that car and they're not devoted to one brand or the other. They just say, which 4-wheel drive should I get? I don't care, what brand it is. And I usually point to that one just because of my own personal experience with it. So Losi really hit a home run with that car, which is why we're always out of them. We get them back in and we sell them right away. So, all right, go ahead.
Can I have a number 1 for nitro and a number 1 for electric?
Sure, go for it.
Okay.
We're making this up. We're making this up as we go.
My number 1 favorite electric car is the original B6. And the reason why is because that car really changed things.
Yeah.
And they're still on the 6 platform. It's been updated. But that, we had the B5 for 2 years or something like that, or the B5M. And the original B6 was whoa, this is different. You know what I mean?
I just remember the car generating so much more grip than I was used to.
Yeah, and had more grip, more steering. It was easier to build, easier to work on.
5 screws for the diff.
Simpler. It was the original B6 didn't have that. The B6.1 was the one that had the quick change diff, but still on that same plane of the B6 series, it's that one has probably changed the industry the most, I think.
Okay. I have 2, and I want to like.
I have two favorites.
I have a whole bunch of favorites actually now, but I will say this Traxxas Slash obviously should be at least in anybody's top 5. We just for time's sake we only did top 3, but I would say the Traxxas Slash is in there just because even now, like we're gonna run stock Slash at the truck series. You can just go upstairs and buy a Slash, and that's it. You just go drive it.
Yeah,
and it's fun, and those things handle so remarkably well. I remember when the magazines, when they were still a thing, would do those shootouts, and they'd always write, "We're so surprised by how well the Slash works."
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they would hit fast lap with the Slash, and they're like, we had to double check because we didn't think it was right. You know, but my number one, I don't have a number one. Mine aren't in order. I'm just saying what they are. Forget I just said that. The Team Losi Comp Crawler. One of my all-time favorite RC cars ever of all time. It was an amazing truck because the AX10 had come out from Axial, so people could get into crawling without having to buy, a Tamiya truck and make a truck out of stuff. You could just buy a kit, and then Losi came along and said, "Hey, we're going to dominate this." And they came out with the Comp Crawler. It had a built-in dig, had worm gears, so you didn't have to worry about your car lurching forward or up and down or anything like that. And I'm glad I was able to buy my original one back from who I sold it to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never letting go of that one ever again.
Yeah. And then obviously my number one gas car is my number one favorite gas car of all time is the Ignite RC converted T6.
Right. It's just cool.
And a lot of that
it's cool.
is,
oh God, you could put the RC10 GT up in my list.
Yeah.
I had so much fun with that truck.
Yeah. A lot of that is how much time I put into that, and then how it was just a passion project for Chad Parks.
Right.
And to see so many people, just kind of fall in love with the gas truck again.
Mm-hmm.
That car is up like B6 series, and then probably the gas truck.
Yeah.
Right there. And but yeah, man, I mean, how durable that thing is, and it's just like, it's every back in the day.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot more durable and works well.
Did you just get like a ping or something on your phone?
My wife tried to call me.
Okay, because I was like, you're talking about gas truck again, and we lost you there for a second.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry.
It's like, gosh darn it.
Every time.
Okay. Comments, then we'll get going because I got to pick up Emerson. He's building the track for tomorrow. Dude, I could have thrown the Mini B in that list.
But you didn't.
I've won 3 Mini B club races in a row.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. Associated needs to make one. Dude,
Yeah,
seriously.
You make a Mini B6. That'd be badass.
It's so crazy how that stuff's come back.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Will. This is Steve RC. I'm skipping a whole bunch. I really appreciate all of your guys' thumbs up and congrats on the 100. We're one of many RC podcasts now. I don't know I don't know how many listeners we get or whatever, but we appreciate it.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter. We're just doing this because it's fun.
All 3 of you guys really appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys are great. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Will, what was it that you sprayed in Alexander's tires a few weeks ago on Family Friday? Was it motor spray or something else? Alexander had his best Saturday yet last Saturday club racing.
That would have been motor spray.
Was it motor spray to break down the foam? Yeah, there you go.
I did that. I've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
If I need a softer insert now, I did that when 2.4 tires were what we were running.
Yeah, and the foam.
That's how long
freaking
ago.
Hard.
Yeah, that was when I started doing that long ago.
Yeah.
So,
Peter Renault tested positive for COVID, so everybody have Peter in your thoughts. Hopefully, it's just a mild case, and
yeah,
it is what it is. Hillary Clinton got COVID. So. I don't know. I just thought I'd pass it out there. Anyways, Peter's like, I barely looked at anybody.
Yeah.
Mark S. So I did see this. Congrats on the episode 100. Eric Larson's trying to get or buy back Cody Jandrakovic's sprint car body, and if anyone has it, let us know.
Nice.
So when I was down there, I found a XXX SCT that was like complete, and it belonged to Mike Larson, which is Eric's brother. And
Yeah.
I just offered him like $50, dude. I mean, it was covered in dust, so clearly he hadn't even looked at it in a while. And he's like, "Why do you want that?" I'm like, "Because it's complete. You don't really see those very often. I see them all the time on Marketplace, but they're usually missing a bunch of stuff." And I just wanted it for my collection, really. You know, it was a good. I still think that's one of the best handling short course trucks of all time. So, anyways, at first he turned me down. He's like, "Nah, I don't want to sell it." I'm like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Okay." And then he came back like an hour later. He's like, "Yeah, go ahead and you can have it. I'm not going to do anything with it." I'm like, "Cool." But they have a whole bunch of bodies and cars. They have a whole bunch of rear motor 22s down there on the wall, like just hanging there. That he's probably never going to use again. I probably could have asked to buy those too.
Do you remember the Losi Strike?
Oh, boy, we should have put that on the worst.
I forgot about that.
I did forget about that.
Yeah, the Losi Strike, man.
Like, what bothered me about the Strike was that it wasn't the same size.
Yeah.
They had to make it different.
Mm-hmm.
It was bigger, right? Just a little bit bigger than a regular short course truck.
Yeah, and that's why the motor's always burned up on it. I think they're just too heavy.
You know, and you're just like, oh, like, come on.
Yeah,
make it the same size as everything else, so we can use the same bodies, so we can use the same tires, so everything's compatible with each other, and you'll sell more of them.
It was like Traxxas and Associated were both doing 10 scale. I think they did like 9 scale or something. Yeah. It was kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway.
Anyways, it was a cool name. They should reuse the name. I actually think the name's kind of cool. Ooh. They should make like a mini Strike. Like a short course version of their Mini B. Mm-hmm. Oh, you could take a Mini B with the chassis length and make a truck out of it. Make a short course truck. Call it the Mini Strike.
Coming up with ideas. Thomas Tran, start writing them down.
Yeah, Thomas, come on. Include me in the royalties. Peter, I mentioned that Peter was in Tamiya. Oh, gosh. I looked it up once, and now I forget. We're running long again. We always do this, don't we?
Yeah.
Geez Louise. I had it up, and now I lost it. Anyways, Peter's in a couple of YouTube videos. He said there should be quite a few of them coming up where he's in like 4 or 5, and he's going to wear his Hobbyplex shirt next time.
Nice.
That'd be awesome. I'll remember the thing, or they'll bring it up. Okay, here's the one I wanted to address. Big Gulp has 2 4S batteries that he left plugged into the car, and now they won't charge, and is there any saving him? So the only way that you can do that is if you have a charger that you can charge the nickel monohydrate mode at like 1 amp or less. Plug the battery in, hit the start button, stay near it so that if anything weird happens, you can get rid of it or whatever really quick. And hopefully you need a charger with a digital screen. So if you see the voltage picking up and it goes past, 3 cells? So if it goes past 9 volts, then you're probably okay. But if it goes to like 5 and then it doesn't go any further and it actually starts to drop a little bit, you're toast. You got to buy new batteries.
Do this outside.
Yeah, do it outside.
In your driveway with nothing around you, with an extension cord, like not in your garage. Like, just be careful.
Yeah, don't forget about it. Don't forget about it.
We don't want any. Yeah, we don't want any liabilities.
Yeah, don't forget about it, and don't leave it unattended. Don't be an idiot. Okay. But that's the only way you can really tell. So there you go. All right, I'm going to go back through and look at the comments when we're all done. Tommy Smith was on here. Jason Haley was on here. Steve RC was happy that I got rid of the age limit. I actually looked at the flyer, and the age limit's not even on there now. So is punch the same as boost? It is not.
No.
Punch is punch. It's just like how you feel on acceleration as opposed to boost, which like electronically increases the timing. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, right. Like I think punch is almost like it's kind of like how quickly it rolls into the power band naturally, without boost. But I'd have to look it up. I don't really adjust punch a whole lot. I just kind of keep it at, I think I run at 2. I just leave it at 2.
Mm-hmm. Rod Case Racing want to know what battery I got. I got 2 4800s for Emerson I's 2-wheel drive, and I got a 5000 for a brand new ProTech 5000 for my 4-wheel drive. But I actually changed my mind, and I put the 4800 in my 4-wheel drive, and I put the 5000 in my buggy because the 4800 was a lightweight battery. That's how I got the 50 grams lighter so far in my car. They're getting here to the bottom. I think that's about it. Rod Case used to have a Durtrax Evader nitro buggy. I drove a Manta Ray on a carpet track. No good, says Peter Renault. The Nico Lobo. Do you know what that was?
No.
So there was a couple cars that kind of had that same look. Nico Lobo was one of them. There was a Lobo 2 from somebody.
Was that the one that was like a 14 scale with the like a real like RC car body on it?
Yeah, hard body. And then there was a rock hopper. There's a rock hopper. I can't remember the brand, but that was actually Chris Catlett's first RC car that got me into RC initially was that. And then I got that. Then I saw the Punky Brewster episode, and then I got all crazy about RC. But they were all kind of in that same vein. They kind of look like a Hornet and like a grasshopper in a way. Logan Baldwin says you can't sleep on the 22X4. So there you go. And I think that's it. That's all the comments. So 100th episode is done. I'm going to go through the comments. I'm going to write everybody's name down. We're going to do a drawing next week. I'm going to do a Patreon-only drawing too. So
I don't know what we should give away. We'll come up with something nice.
Double X. I got a double X for sure. I think we'll do that to the commenters. And then we'll go from there. So
okay. Sounds good.
Oh God! Don't hit me with those. Oh, my sister can't do it. It's gonna hit me in the face. What is it? She's got confetti. I'm pretty sure there's confetti. They're really bad at that. It's like popping champagne. It's like aiming at me. Let me see it. What are we supposed to do?
Oh, one of those? Aw, I wish I was there.
Twist.
Put your face right in front of the thing.
I don't want to put my face in front of it. All right, I give up. I don't know. It's really hard. Maybe we'll save it for next time.
Yeah.
They're telling me to hang on. I honestly, I better text Cam that I'll just pick Emerson up. You guys keep aiming the top at me. I'm afraid I'm going to get hit in the face while I'm waiting for this.
Those blanks really hurt.
Oh, Cody Mosier's here, and he says, of course, first time up. Oh, my God! Jesus. Oh, God, I hope it doesn't get on my tattoo. You guys have to clean this up. Oh, I feel so bad. I feel terrible. It's all over my computer.
Hey, it's ambiance.
It's in my drink. I can't drink the drink anymore. I got it in my hair.
Yeah.
That was great. That's fun. Cody Mosier, the drawing's next week. So you're in. You just commented, so you're in. Look at Jake Wiggs. Jake Badfast Wiggs Racing there is on here.
Nice.
Yeah. That'd be funny if he won my car.
He's
they already won the remember when he raffled off the Nationals banner?
Yeah.
And Kirk won that one.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna go. I'm gonna clean up my computer, and I'm dressed for it. Maybe I should go to the run. It's downtown. It's right over there.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
See you guys.